Hello and welcome to the tutorial on Fitment settings for SureDone. This tutorial is going to go over the details of how to actually set up your SureDone account to utilize the Fitment feature. So now before we actually show you in the account, I'll just highlight some important settings. All of these settings are found under Settings, Channels, eBay Options. So again, you go up to Settings, Channels, and then the eBay options for your particular instance, because all of these settings are on the instance level. So if you have more than one eBay Motors account, you'll want to make sure to authorize and do this for both of them separately. Now the next thing you'll notice associated to Fitment, there are 5 different settings in this page. The first one is simply it enables the Fitment functionality for this instance. And if it's the first time you're turning it on, it'll actually create a field called eBay ePID, which I'll explain in a little bit. But basically, this is where you turn on and off if you want Fitment to show up in your account, if you want us to send Fitment data to eBay, etc. If you turn this off, nothing Fitment will work. Then we have Fitment refresh. If this is on, SureDone will actually completely refresh your Fitment data every time it edits. So if you have 3 ePIDs in SureDone and you click update, even if you have other ePIDs on eBay, we're going to delete all of those and just put up the 3 new ones. This is a good setting to use so that way your data in SureDone matches the data on eBay. However, sometimes a user wants to only add new Fitment to your eBay listing. If you want to do that, then you'll just turn Fitment refresh off and we'll always send new Fitment, but we will never remove any existing Fitment. And obviously, this has its advantages as well. The next one is the eBay Fitment ePID field, which is a custom user field used to store the ePID numbers. So if you remember from the last video, ePID numbers are the specific year, make, and models that eBay has assigned. Now, we store all of those values in a custom user field. That's how you're able to edit them in bulk, and it's actually where the user interface saves to as well. You can control what that field's name is, but by default, we create and map a field called eBay ePID automatically for you to help take away one extra step in that setup. However, if you'd like to use catalog ePIDs, that's the next field, and that's where you'll actually need to create a custom user field and map it to this. So you just go to your advanced settings, go in here, you go to settings advanced, and under there you can create a custom user field, and then you actually select that field in the setting here, and whatever values you put in that field are what we're going to use for your catalog ePID value. Now the last one is the Fitment notes field, and this is a third completely optional field you can also create and map, and this will attach a Fitment note to the end of every ePID associated with this product with whatever note you put in this field. So it's sort of like an all or nothing. It's not a note for one particular ePID, but it's a note that you want to put on all of your ePIDs shown. So for example, like this guy, let's assume he didn't have this one here. He wanted to put all types on all of his listings. You'd put that in the Fitment notes field. So now let me show you what those look like in the SureDone account. So first, you always want to make sure that your token is valid. That is that your eBay account has been authorized. And after that, you can pretty much just search for the word Fitment and jump right down. Turn on compatibility. Choose whether or not to turn on refresh. I'm going to turn it on. It's always good to keep everything in SureDone. And these fields you can see I already had mapped previously, but you can just select any custom user field that you'd like. Okay, and then I'm going to save the settings. And now in SureDone, when I'm ready to use Fitment, the site ID of the listing must be eBay Motors, and the category ID must be for a valid eBay Motors category. When those two things are in alignment and the settings are set up as I showed you, you'll see this tab called Fitment pop up right here. We'll get a little bit into this section and how it works in the next video, but if you can see this pop up, you know you're setting it up correctly. If not, You can retry categories. Here's a category you can try that should definitely work. 33636, that's for mufflers. And make sure your set ID is motors. If the Fitment tab's still not showing up, then you're going to want to check your settings.